I don't know how all this stuff keeps coming out at 4 a.m. at night. I guess it's when Korea wakes up, or this is their report, or this is their morning. But if you guys couldn't tell, if you can't see here, this is another video from Smilegate. This video is going to have a bit more of a serious tone because we've already received the announcement about them rolling back a few changes. And obviously, I don't speak Korean, and I'm not sure if there's going to be an English translation of this. Um, but here we are. As far as I could tell and what I've been told, I've been shown. Oh, one sec. Sorry about that. What I've seen about this video is that apparently, according to like a pinned message, and this is translated obviously, but this is the message that is translated or pinned down here from Smilegate Korea or EpicSeven Korea. It reads that EpicSeven will withdraw the update to the content Awakening Potential, which was released through developer notes and Merrilling's Express Mail on Friday, November 3rd, and will completely discard all specifications as of now. We have prepared compensation below to apologize to our successors who have been greatly offended by this issue. This may not be enough to relieve your worries, but we also hope that you will continue to watch EpicSeven in the future. And it looks like we're going to get compensation on the 9th, which is presumably when or around when we were going to be getting we were going to get this Awakening update to begin with. Now, again, I don't know what the exact message reads out here. I'm assuming that he's saying something to that effect, but I think like with the other videos and kind of, I guess now with this, it is really important to kind of take stock of what has happened, the timeline of everything that has happened, and I guess the future of EpicSeven in the next couple months. First things first, guys, this comes at an extremely odd, but not really odd, but it's kind of an unfortunate, there's unfortunate timing to this, which is, if you guys don't know, there's an anniversary. I think this November is the global anniversary for EpicSeven, and there was presumably going to be a lot of rewards, upside, announcements, new characters getting released. A lot of the reason, or what was hypothesized, or the reason why we got, hold on, let me just get a few things up. If you guys saw this video or the Maroon mails where we have all this, we have the update preview, we have all the express mails detailing all the new updates and features. All that stuff is in relation to the EpicSeven anniversary. Now, obviously, this Awakening update was not very well received. The other updates, I think, were either whatever or people are okay with. We don't really know what the side story is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be some summer event, kind of similar to the Summer Lulika and Lethe event. So all we know right now is that this Awakening event got announced. There was a lot of backlash to it. People were upset. They dialed it back in this update right here, which, as you can see here, they even made an additional addendum, or like an additional edit, which is that they wanted to provide further clarification, if you hadn't seen this, that apparently, like, they weren't going to be adding Awakening Potential on new heroes, but it will be added to existing heroes regardless of like what grade they are. Again, so not that much was specifically addressed about the Awakening Potential, or sorry, not that much was given in specific about what they were going to do about the changes, but they said that they were reading feedback. They were going to keep their ear to the ground. However, the thing that is really odd about this is that this feels like, I don't know if I would say it's unprovoked, but I had kind of thought that people were okay with the state of the game, were okay with what was going on with this change. A lot of people I know in the comment section or in a lot of other videos were saying that, wow, like Smilegate finally finally responded in a quick and easy, or a quick and, I guess, timely matter. China is our saviors, and everyone had complained. There was a bunch of videos, if you guys didn't see it, of like content creators, or a really respected content creator, I should say, from China, that made a plea and was saying that, you know, we won't be playing a game, and we have sense, we're not dumb, you can't just milk us dry. And so the reason why I'm making this video, I apologize for so much of the rant, but I'm just not really sure what this update is about, or what this video and what they're trying to say here. So again, if you hadn't read the message, or if you didn't quite follow, they're completely getting rid of the update. Now, myself personally, like I talked about this on stream, and I've kind of, I guess, addressed it in the last video. I think the Awakening Potential update in concept is at the very minimum, a decent idea. Like I personally am excited for it because I feel like EpicSeven has been doing the same cycle of exclusive equipments and balance patches for now, what, 3, 4, oh, like coming up on 5 years, which is kind of crazy because we haven't ever had anything similar to or even remotely close to a 7-star. Now, I'm not exactly asking for a 7-star, and I understand the ramifications of adding a 7-star. However, when a character like, say, Charles already has been buffed himself, or not, not close to Charles, or when a character like Ravi, for instance, already has an EE, has already been buffed a couple times, it kind of feels like the changes that they could do, or the remaining options or paths that they have to try and make Ravi appealing or interesting is limited. If you just keep updating characters through balance patches, I understand that is a potential way to make Ravi more interesting. But in essence, this awakening potential idea, and part of the reason why I'm so excited about it, is because they realized that, hey, look, like maybe balancing like one character every, or balancing a couple of characters that have already been balanced or have been touched already once a month for 4 years straight might get kind of old. And in all honesty, I kind of agree with them. Like, I obviously don't agree with the exact way that they executed it, but I think introducing a new concept to spice things up is not by any means a bad idea. Now, again, the awakening potential being adjusted and nerfed, and, them removing certain aspects like the new aspect, or like the new content, or removing awakening potential from new characters is great. I think there was unanimous agreement that that was deserved, and there was no reason for Smilegate to do this. But I don't know if I would have gone so far as to scrap all of the content. I'm not sure where this was, what provoked this. I know that there was a lot of flashback, or there was a lot of pushback on it, and there was a lot of criticism to it. However, to go so far as to completely remove the content entirely, I think is also a bit odd. I think this is almost like a bit of a shame or a waste, because there was a lot of interesting potential, or there was a lot of potential that was, I guess, combined, or I guess like there was a lot of potential with this update, because old characters that didn't have a place, or didn't have any more exclusive equipments to be given, or balance patches to be given, could have life breathed back into them. I guess that's the saying. Like, you could have made them more interesting through this, and you didn't have to just wait once a month and hope that one of the balance patch slots were, used on a character like Blood Moon Haste, who, in all honesty, though people do think he's really weak, I don't think that's a character that people are super excited about. I think characters like Twisted Eidolon Kayron and, Martial Artist Ken were kind of interesting, and people were asking for characters like these to be buffed for a long time. But Smilegate has already shown that they don't want to buff an insane amount of characters, or balance an insane amount of characters every month. So with something like this, you kind of skip the whole balance patch idea, or you give the community another thing to be excited for during the month. Like, this probably would have been on a different cycle than the balance patch. So you would have had the balance patch once a month, potentially an EE somewhere in this, like, somewhere else in the month, and then this awakening update every once in a while. That being said, I don't really agree with them removing it. It's nice that they added compensation, I guess, but I would have honestly thought that they would have given compensation for the last mistake that they had here, because it is really game-changing. However, in all honesty, like, the content itself didn't even come out yet, so whether or not compensation was really deserved, or compensation was, really in the talks, or in talks because the content hadn't even come out yet, or the content wasn't even released yet, is up to debate. I am going to scroll out, or I'm going to make my camera a little bit smaller. I apologize if you guys want to read the exact wording for yourself. But yeah, I don't understand why the compensation was released like this, or I don't understand why it was released now as opposed to later. I guess we aren't getting content, so they're finally going to go along with the compensation, or they're planning to do the compensation here. I encourage all of you guys, as EpicSeven community members or players of the game. I understand that criticism and feedback is necessary in whatever capacity you think is appropriate. However, if there's a part of the community that is asking for the content to be completely removed entirely, I would ask that you somewhat reconsider that stance, because this is a genuinely interesting idea, at the very minimum, in my opinion, on how to breathe life into the game without keeping it stale and always just having exclusive equipments and balance patches be the brunt of your once a month interesting content outside of character releases. This could have been interesting, and I hope this doesn't deter them from trying new things in the future that, of course, aren't greedy or like very, predatory. Those potential exceptions aside, I think that, or I hope that they continue to make content like this because, again, like I said, the Awakening Potential is not a bad update in theory or in concept. It just wasn't executed well enough, and that's not something that you scrap. It's something that you work on. You gain feedback from the community, and in fact, if they wanted to showcase how good or how much they're working on their communication, something that I think that they could have done with the adjustment or with the Awakening Potential is get constant feedback from the community about what we think the Awakening Potential could be or what features we liked about it, what we would like to see from the features, and then work with us as a community or as a community and developer relationship kind of thing, and make it so that when the update comes out, we're all kind of excited, we're satisfied with the result, and even if it's, even if it isn't exactly a surprise, we're still kind of glad that the content here, or we're kind of glad that the content is here. We don't have to worry about some weird fluke or some weird concept getting snuck in that like, milks us of our money. And again, I apologize, guys. It's 4:40. I don't know how all this content keeps coming out specifically at night. It never comes out in the morning or anything like proper for me. So I apologize if I'm rambling a little bit, but long story short, glad we got compensation. Hope this doesn't get removed because I really like the content or the idea of the content. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, turn the notification bell. Let me know what you think of this change or this plan. I'm personally not a huge fan of it. Maybe one of you guys have a better idea or hypothesis as to why this happened. But as always, guys, make sure to check out the rest of my socials. I'll see you all on the next one. Adios.